Hey guys, and this is Primeval back with part 2 of my single player Deity Let's Play, going for the cultural victory as France. So, we've reached the maximum resting point for Pledge Protect with Manila, and I'll take this opportunity to go and clear this camp that they wanted me to clear for them. And so that brings us up to 55 influence with them. Okay, so we just finished this pasture. I would like to get that marble hooked up, but more urgently, I want to get these salts hooked up so I can sell them, and the furs hooked up, which will trigger a We Love the King Day in Paris. So let's wander over here and hope there are no barbarians hiding out in here as I blindly shove my worker forward unprotected. So if you want to play it safe, that's not really something you should generally be doing. Alright, so if I want to continue the barb camp clearing, there's another camp down here. We'll go and pledge to protect these guys as well. And we'll just ignore that barb. If he wanders too close to Paris, I should be able to dispatch him fairly easily. Okay, so our writing's online now. For our next tech, we could go trapping, although I'm not going to be putting the fur camp up right away. In the meantime, perhaps I could see where the iron is. That could get me an extra hammer per turn. Then we'll go trapping and then up to philosophy. Yes, that seems reasonable to me. So I'll drop the 3 cities. Don't know if I want a 4th one. There is 1, 2, 3. We won't be able to settle beside the mountain. We do have the dyes as a unique luxury. There's horses, some hills, a whole bunch of forests. I'm not in a rush to settle the 4th city then. So what we'll do is we'll go 3 city, the 3rd city right here by the fish and the salt, get our libraries up, get our national college up, and then depending on how things look, we might go for a 4th city or a 5th city, etc. We'll just hide this archer here and heal there. Get to work on the salt. Oh, that's right. I do need an escort. For this settler. Alright, so I could go for another archer. I could use another worker. Let's go for the archer here. This way I'll be able to deal more easily with these barbarian encampments. I probably won't be able to clear this camp before Vienna deals with it, but if I can, that'll be nice. And I anticipate more barb camps appearing in the intermediate time, so I'll definitely be happy to have that second archer. Wander the settler off on its own. Could have been risky, but we were not punished for that gamble. Okay, so here, if I stand right here, I'm getting flanked and I'm in Kiev's territory, but I really don't want to stand on that marsh. Alright, so this is a dead end. I was hoping I could actually see the city that was here by walking in, but I'll have to walk around. Okay, back out and around then, and settling our city now. Let's go do that. I guess we can't. Well, we'll just wait here then. Okay, so if I kill this barb here, I'll take a bunch of damage, and that'll make it much more difficult for me to clear this camp. But I'll earn influence with both Kiev and Wittenberg. Let's do that. Okay, very nice. Truce production here. We could go for walls. We do need another worker. Let's work on that library. And let's keep on growing here. We'll work the salt, since we are getting the faith from that. And let's see if we can clear this camp for Kiev. Well, we want to get on the same side of the river, and hopefully Kiev will help us out with their composite bowmen. Okay, so up here we should be safe. Yep, that's fine. And this archer, the hand axe shouldn't be able to move. It should be impeded by that forest, so we'll bring ourselves back into our borders to heal up next turn. Ooh, Portugal does like to play it very dangerously. And we might be able to get a free worker here. It is rather distant from Paris, but still a manageable distance. Huh, really my scout isn't strong enough to win this fight, eh? Okay, well, maybe attacking twice would do the trick. We'll see next turn. Here, let's grab a worker. Continue exploring. Hook up that salt, which covers the unhappiness from founding the city right here. So that worked out quite perfectly. Production focus. And choose production. What we want here is a library. Okay, minor victory. We'll go spend a turn healing up. Alright, let's try to take this down. Stalemate next turn. Well, since we're about to run out of happiness, I definitely want to go and improve the furs. And here, with the flanking bonus, or not, I was expecting that warrior to come down here. Okay, stalemate. It's got 9 hit points. We have 41 hit points. What happens if we die? Do we still capture that worker? About to find out. Ooh, perfect. So we could gain some additional influence with Portugal, but I'd rather have the worker. So that worked out very nicely. We survived with 1 hit point. Oh, that was very, very nice. So we're having a lot of good luck with these encampments, and with the barbarians. One, they stopped the Polynesians from settling where we wanted to settle. So, since I'm already standing on the salt, and improving the salt gets me +1 food and +1 production, I think I'm going to go get the salt online, and then I'll just trade the salt with an AI to get the happiness that I need. And then after we improve that salt, I'll go in and put a camp on the furs. Okay, let's go and deal some damage here. Get into position with the archer in case we need some backup. And we could go and adopt a policy. Here, we'll take the instant heal and grab ourselves another worker. This worker belonged to a city-state. I'll return the unit, gain some nice influence with them, and start walking this worker back to my territory. It's only a minor victory. We'll spend a turn healing up. Let's get a food bonus for the capital. Sure, that'll be great. And here, what other encampments do I have? Just this one here. Kiev wants us to find the lands of Carthage. Well, let's just see what's in this last fog patch. I would not be surprised if a barbarian encampment were to spawn somewhere in this fog region. Okay, we should go and escort this worker with our scout. Although if we do lose the worker, I won't be overly upset. Okay, so we can clear the camp right now. And since we're at 10 influence with both these city-states, we'll be friends with them. Well, I guess Kiev didn't really want me to clear that, but he did see me kill that archer, so that's fine. I suppose I could have waited, let that camp sit there until Kiev gave me a mission to clear the camp. But being friends with Wittenberg, at least for a turn, gets me a good 4 faith. Yeah, it would have been better if I left the camp there and hoped that Kiev would give me a mission for that camp. But that's not what we did, and as a result, our army will be free to wander off and either explore or protect our cities from potential AI aggression. Okay. Move over this way, deal some damage, run away, and continue on home. Let's just wait here and heal up, and then I'll look for the last civ, some unknown civ here. Victory, progress, yes, it's someone unknown. Accept embassies. That would be fine. I'd rather if you were to pay me, though. Okay, choose production. Let's go get that library. And we'll continue to run away with our warrior. Get the marble hooked up, and we'll have the wonder production bonus in time for us to build the National College. National wonders do benefit from marble, so that's going to be quite nice, and I don't want to deal damage to this hand axe yet, since I want to get credit from Wittenberg for killing it. So they'll do a range attack, and hopefully weaken it enough so that I can finish it off with the archer.
Es wäre in eurem Interesse,
Salt
dass ihr dieses Angebot sorgfältig prüft.
for gold per turn, or I could swap for ivory. Why don't we see Everyone wants my salt, but I want to see what resources would trigger We Love the King Day for me. So cotton and furs. I do have a source for furs. I think I saw cotton over here. Who has cotton? Spare cotton. Austria has cotton, but not excess cotton. If we needed the happiness, we could swap salt for gems. And I guess I didn't need to do the aggressive tile buying here. My third city also has access to furs. Let's swap salt for gems. And that'll give us a nice happiness cushion as our cities grow. Okay, that looks fine until we can expand to the next salt tile. Okay, so Wittenberg was able to deal with that hand axe on its own. That's fine. Let's improve the other salt. Alright, so we can start bringing this archer home, or I suppose he could act as some sort of an escort for this worker. Assyria has built the Great Wall. Lyon has grown. Let's see, do I want to grow a little faster here? It slows down the library considerably. We'll try to go for the faster library completion. Great, and Manila desires marble, and we're about to hook that up, so we've been pretty lucky with the quests and the barbarians thus far. Kiev wants us to find the lands of Carthage. What would you like for this MC? That's kind of expensive, but it's cheaper than just paying Kiev the gold. So we'll do that, get a nice culture boost from them. And here, let's get back into our territory before we start healing up. This worker wants to complete the salt mine. Colombo and Austria are allies. Kiev, Carthage. Alright, wow, we're friends with every city-state that we've met. If we could open up patronage, that would let that influence last a little bit longer. So, where are the AI civs? We've got Assyria, Austria, ourselves as France, Polynesia, then we have Carthage and Portugal. There's one more civ. He's likely either down here or down here. So we'll send this scout to check things out down to the right, and I'll send perhaps this archer to check down to the left. Okay, the library is done. We will go and work on a shrine here. Faith is very important, not just for the world religion tourism bonus, but also at the end game. You can use faith if you finish off the aesthetics tree to buy great musicians, which are quite necessary to culture bomb the last civs to get that influential status. Anyways, we'll get into that in the later videos, but we're planning for that now by trying to get as much culture per turn as possible. Okay, so that library's done. Let's go grab a granary. Now this worker is finally back, or finally into our territory. He was formerly a Portuguese settler, and he'll now do some good work improving tiles for our civilization. Let's go into Orléans and fortify. Ah, well. Mount Kalish generates a bunch of faith, 6 faith per turn. And is that 2 happiness when it's in your borders? I believe so. Where's the other natural wonder here? Yeah, and 2 happiness when it's in your borders. Okay, so I do want a 4th city after all. And I do have enough money to outright buy a library. So that won't delay my national college. Let's go build a settler, walk it over there. And hope the AI doesn't beat us to settling a city by Mount Kalish. Because as I was saying before, I really want to prioritize getting faith per turn, so we'll have a good stockpile of faith at the end game to buy great musicians, or in the mid game to buy great engineers after finishing the tradition tree, so that we can hurry some important wonders that'll be very helpful for going for the cultural victory. And what the heck is a Polynesian worker doing over here? Most curious. I don't have any good explanation for that. Okay, Wittenberg was very pleased with our discovery of a national wonder, which they are already aware of since they're right beside it, and they've got the spearmen, but that's not the way the quests work. So I'm pleased for to be at friend level with them for a good 30 turns. That's giving me a good 4 faith per turn, which is more than a 50% boost to my current faith output. So that's very, very helpful. And here we've met the final civ. It's the Iroquois. Let's sell an embassy. Okay, so that trade route is done. Every trade route that we can make with another civ is with the Polynesians. Our most profitable route would be between Lyon and Honolulu. So let's go and move to Lyon, and then we'll get a trade route going with Honolulu. That should be pretty safe. It's all within my vision and the Polynesian territory, so it should be free of barbarian threats. Alright, so everyone's friends, but I'm not going to give you salt. Or you. Jeez, I better sell that salt before someone else asks for it for free. Who wants salt? Who am I friends with that could pay me?
Was nun? Vorwärts. Es wäre in eurem Interesse.
And we'll also go and sell that here. Okay, so some people like to give friendly AIs resources when they ask for them, and then once that deal runs out, you can actually get them to pay you for it when you renew the deal. But I prefer to have the gold. I don't think they're going to get so mad that they'll come and attack me. But oh, and also you can avoid that happening by always selling your excess resources. So if I had been paying more attention last turn, before the turn rolled over, I would have noticed that my deals had expired. I think I would have noticed anyways, and then I could have resold the salt to avoid that whole awkward situation. Okay, so we have ourselves a great profit, and we can found a religion here. Well, we'll also go and choose production. Let's grab... we could use another worker, it's true. Alright, let's grab a worker, or we could go for the Oracle. Yeah, the capital is going to be busy building the National College. Let's try for the Oracle here, and choose research. Up next, we do want a relatively early Writers Guild, so definitely happy to pick up drama and poetry now. Founding Tengrism, Founder Belief, let's see. Tithe will be helpful here. Although, with World Church we could get a bunch of culture from that, and since the Polynesians still haven't founded a pantheon, we should be able to spread our religion quite easily to them. Do I want the extra culture or the extra gold? Well, I've never actually done World Church before, so maybe I'll give it a try, see how it performs. And here... so religious art would get us a nice tourism boost eventually, once we had the Hermitage up. But that's not until the mid-game. Divine Inspiration could get us a boost to our faith generation, since we are planning to build a bunch of world wonders, and faith is fairly important, but building the wonders is even more important. So I think I'm going to get Religious Community for the production boost. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. Perhaps some of the others might have been more suitable, but and I'd be happy to hear your opinion on that in the comments. But we're testing out World Church and Religious Community this time around. Alright, so we got the salt hooked up. We don't have any excess salt. Up next, we could go and improve the furs, but instead, I think I'd rather improve the wheat. That's more food right away, and we're already working that tile, so definitely something good to be doing there. Okay, and we're going for the trade route to Honolulu. It is only the 3 gold per turn, but that amount could increase as Honolulu and Lyon grow and get more luxuries hooked up. Okay, Lyon demands crab. No longer friends with Colombo. Medieval era for Maria. We are lowest on tech, which is to be expected on Deity, but we're not terribly far behind, just 5% below the average, so not feeling so bad there. You know, things are fine for Deity. Score doesn't really matter. For those of you who worry a lot about score while you're playing, don't. Okay, fortify, and may as well continue exploring, although, discuss. We are friends, so they shouldn't get too angry with me if I were to go and settle by Mount Kalish. It also gives me access to marble. I already have marble, but that means marble I could sell. It would also get me access to this silk. And since it is on the other side of the river, Wittenberg might not prioritize grabbing the silk. So hopefully we finish our settler in 2 turns. If we can get over here, found a city on any of these hills, and then buy either the silk or Mount Kalish, depending on where we end up settling. Oh, there's also wine. It is very close to Carthage, though. Anyways, I think we'll end part 2 here. See you in part 3, where we find out if we can settle the city right in Carthage's face.